Do you seek inner peace, but all you find is inner turmoil? Listen to these 3 stories from ancient China that exemplify the way of the Tao, also known as the way of the path. They will help you cultivate inner tranquility in troubled times. These stories come from Zhuang Zhou, the Taoist philosopher known for his witty, often paradoxical stories that challenge the way we see the world. He lived in the 4th century BCE in ancient China during a time of constant warfare and political chaos. Instead of trying to control the madness around him, he found peace by letting go. Along with the Tao Te Ching, his stories are some of the key texts to the Chinese philosophy of Daoism. It's a philosophy that remains as relevant as ever in today's turbulent world. The first story will challenge the way you think about those moments in your life when you are just doing nothing very much. The second will teach you valuable lessons about how you relate to others. And finally, we will reveal the central idea of Taoist philosophy that can help you navigate life's troubles freely. 1. The useless tree. A large gnarled tree stood by the roadside, its trunk twisted and full of knots. No carpenter ever gave it a second glance. Its wood was too irregular, too tough to shape into anything useful. The tree was left alone to grow old, untouched by the axe. Zhuang Zhou saw in this tree a profound truth. It was precisely its uselessness that allowed it to live a long, undisturbed life. While other trees were felled for their timber, this one thrived, standing tall and free, simply because it served no practical purpose in the eyes of others. Zhuang Zhou suggests that what society dismisses as useless may in fact hold great value, especially when it comes to living freely and peacefully, without being exploited or harmed. There is value in the things or moments that others deem unproductive or insignificant. The Tao Te Ching offers a quote that aligns perfectly with this idea. In chapter 11, Lao Tzu writes, 30 spokes share the wheel's hub. It is the center whole that makes it useful. Shape clay into a vessel. It is the space within that makes it useful. Cut doors and windows for a room. It is the holes which make it useful. Therefore profit comes from what is there, usefulness from what is not there. Next time you find yourself in an unproductive moment, don't rush to fill it. Instead, savor it. Enjoy the beauty of just being, without the pressure to achieve or produce. Celebrate what's not in your life, what you don't possess, and the things you can't do. Their absence isn't a void. It provides a space that is more useful than you might think. Next, we have a story about living in other people's minds. But first, let's just pause. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and let go. For just a moment, be still and feel the peace that comes when you stop resisting and start flowing with life. You have already embarked on the path through life known as the Tao. 2. The happy fish. Zhuang Zhou and his skeptical friend Huizu were strolling by a river. Zhuang Zhou observed how happy the fish were, swimming freely in the water. Huizu, ever logical, asked, "How can you know what makes fish happy? You're not a fish." Zhuang Zhou responded with a smile, "You're not me, so how can you know what I don't know?" Here's the wisdom. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we can mind read others, or second-guess their thoughts. We can only see how they look on the outside. But the truth is, we can't fully understand someone else's inner world. Everyone has their own unique experiences, motivations, and perspectives that shape how they think and feel. Lao Tzu captures this idea in the Tao Te Ching when he says, "He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." If we focus too much on trying to figure out what others are thinking, we risk drawing wrong conclusions and creating unnecessary trouble. But here's the positive side. When we let go of that need to live in others' heads, we free ourselves to focus on our own inner experience. By concentrating on understanding ourselves, we can find more clarity, peace, and authentic connection with others. So far, the stories have taught us two big lessons. 1. What is not there often gives us freedom. 2. Don't get trapped in other people's minds. We are well on our way along the Tao. Now we are approaching its innermost secret. 3. The flowing river. Wu Wei, or effortless action, is the most important concept in Daoism. It doesn't mean doing nothing. It means aligning ourselves so closely with the natural flow of life that we navigate life's troubles while maintaining our peace. Zhuang Zhou describes the journey of a river flowing around rocks. It doesn't fight the obstacles, it moves effortlessly around them. That's Wu Wei, aligning so closely with life's natural flow that your actions become almost effortless. In daily life, practicing Wu Wei might mean allowing events to unfold naturally, without trying to control them excessively. In its highest form, this is known in the West as being in a flow state, where everything seems to happen effortlessly, and you're fully immersed in what you're doing. Lao Tzu captures this perfectly in the Tao Te Ching. The supreme good is like water, which benefits all of creation without trying to compete with it. It gathers in places that others avoid, and so is like the Tao. Here's the wisdom. Zhuang Zhou teaches us that much of our stress and anxiety comes from resisting the natural flow of life, trying to force things to happen in a certain way, or clinging to how we think things should be. But when we let go of this resistance and learn to go with the flow, we find a deeper, more lasting peace, perhaps in a place which others avoid. So now we have the 3 lessons. 1. What is not there often gives us freedom. 2. Don't get trapped in other people's minds. 3. And the biggest lesson of all. Notice when you're bumping up against obstacles and work effortlessly to flow around them. This is the essence of Wu Wei. You might be surprised at how much more peaceful life feels when you stop swimming against the current and go with the flow. In a world that often feels out of control, Zhuang Zhu's wisdom offers us a pathway to inner peace, not by escaping the world, but by engaging with it in a way that's more aligned with nature. What do you think? How can you bring a bit of Zhuang Zhu's wisdom into your life today? Let's talk about it in the comments. Until then, peace be with you.